Good morning, and how are we today? Um, what was I going to say to you? I'll start by telling you a story first. I met this fella before in Hostel Mostel in Sofia. He was from Ukraine, and he was, well, I suppose like he was taking advantage of the situation to break free from Ukraine and come across and work in Europe. But when I met him anyway, I said to him, what do you do exactly? And he says, oh, I'm an engineer, but that's not what I want to do. I want to make films. And I says, you want to make films? And he says, yeah, I want to make films. And I says, well, why don't you start making films then? Why don't you chase that? Why don't you start making films? Why even bother your arse with the engineering? And he said, well, he said, I have to make money first. And I said, you don't have to make money. I says, all you have to do is start. You have a phone there. I says, why don't you start making films? You can make films on your phone. And he says, no, I need this and I need this and I need that. I says, grand. And then I said to him, like, well, what are you going to do now? And he says, well, I'm running out of money, so he said, I'm running out of money, but I have a job got in Bucharest, so I'm going to take that. And I said, a job in Bucharest at what? Engineering? And he says, yeah, engineering. And I says, well, when are you going to start making the films? And he says, well, I'm going to do the engineering, he said, until I make some money, and then I'm going to start making the films. I said, mate, you'll never be making films. I said, because like, the road to making films, I said, if you look at any film director, or even ask any film director, read their biography, anything like that, actually read the biography of anybody who's ever done anything. And it's a road paved with adversity. It's not just this start and it just climbs, and increasingly gets better. That's just not how things work. Yeah, I'm not going to get into AC and DC current, but that's just not how things work. Believe me, if you want to do anything of substantial at all, or if your destiny is anything of any significance, you have to you have to develop your character. And the only way you're going to develop your character, and I was trying to say this to someone last night, and they said to me, "Oh no, you don't need suffering to develop your character. Nobody needs suffering." And I said, "Oh man, you cannot. All you can read all the fucking self help books you want. You do all that shit. I'm telling you now, if you don't not willing to expose yourself to certain conditions, all you have is delusions. And then to help you overcome this adversity, we have philosophy. And the philosophy then teaches you, through exposure therapy and philosophy, you learn how to overcome the fear of death, the fear of the perceptions of others, the fear of having no money, the fear of having no food, the fear of having nowhere to stay. All you learn to overcome all these fears until such point as there is no fear. Because if there is fears, most people's actions are determined by their feelings. I'm afraid to do this. I lust after this. I love this. But most people's actions are determined by their feelings, and they're marionettes. They're puppets. They're just because you can't control your thoughts, you can't control your feelings. You're effectively a slave. You're a slave. Now, I won't go into who's enslaving you, but that's just too much philosophy for the 15 minutes that we have. But you're basically a slave. And this is why my highest value is freedom. What is this freedom? It's a quite an abstract concept, but as far as I'm concerned, once my soul is free, I'm free. Well, I am my soul, but that's quite hard for people to understand. But for example, like I came here to Veliko Turnova on the hypothesis, as I said, I was going to be opening the Lyceum in another part of town, and then that didn't manifest itself despite my own manifestation. That was so. That'll tell you what I think of that manifesting bullshit. But you have to be like, as I say, it was a hypothesis, and it got me here, and then what you have to do is you have to adapt. But there's no fear. There was no immediate. I didn't shit my pants and say, "Oh my God, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now?" I just was like, right. What's the next move? And then I just came down here to Hostel Mostel, and I said, have you space for a volunteer? I'm in Veliko Turnova. Have you got a space for a volunteer? And they said, we have, Dave, but we didn't know you were coming, and all our paid spots are full. all our paid spots are full, but you're welcome to come and stay, and you can do volunteer, but we just can't pay at the moment. That's no bother. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And as I said before, that's because I strive for excellence. I work hard, and I pull my weight around here. I don't fuck about, you know. So I'm very grateful. I get to stay in Blico Turnover, and but there's no fear. I'm just grateful to have somewhere to stay. I don't have money for food. I don't have money for fuck all. But I just said to myself, that's great. Now at least I have somewhere to stay, and I'm still in Blico Turnover. Then the next day they said to me, you know, oh, the boss. She said, like, if you'd like to come back to Sofia, you can have your spot back in Sofia. You can have your spot, where I was treated very well in Sofia, like. That for me is security and comfort. But I was, and I said, no, I'm good. I've things to do here. I've things to do here. Now, my soul said to me to come here, and then it said to me, now when I'm here, stay here. I said, well, what we do now, we're staying here, right? We're staying here. Then that's not dispute. There's no shit in my pants and saying, oh, I can't stay here. I've no food. I've no this. I've no this. I've no this. No, I just stay here, and it's moment by moment and moment by moment, and I'm surviving. Like, I'm surviving, and as it is now, they're after giving me a bit of work fixing a fence, which is no problem to me at all. I'm handy, like I'm a craftsman, like I'm a tradesman, like I'm good with my hands. So I'm fixing a fence, and then if I have I didn't even ask how much I'm getting paid, because I'm just glad to be here at all. But if I make enough money, then I go to the gym and I can continue the training videos on Change My Body. But I still continue even with Change My Body, because I post whatever food I can gather together. I'm like one of those memes who stand on the street, you know. I say nothing unless someone buys me a beer, and then I'll talk philosophy away. I give them an earful of philosophy. If they want to buy me a beer, and that's sort of the way I'm living. I'm sort of like the Colorado beer guy. He did a 46-day fast on Guinness. I'm like on a beer fast, but I'm still posting. I still get some meals, because people leave food behind and that. And some days I do better than others. But I'm surviving, and I'm happy, and I'm glad I'm still here, because, as I said, I have things to do here. Selection and maintenance of the aim. I don't at the first sign of adversity, or the first sign of a setback, I don't put my 12 between my legs and run off, because I've developed my character that in the face of adversity, I'm cool. Like, I don't sweat it. I don't give two fucks. I'll focus on what is within my control, but I'm determined that I need to stay here, because I have things to do here. I want to do my golf course, my ladies' gym, and my fucking airsoft business. And that's just the beginning, as I said, that's just the beginning. And I did extend the invitation that if anybody, like, you know, like, well, at some point, like, you know, at some point someone's going to have to give me a hand with this, with this, like, it's like, it's you won't build an empire on your own, but if you want to do like Elon Musk on it, where I arrive at a point where I don't need anybody else, they'll just work for me, then I'll stay going until such time. But that's not what I really want to do, because I want to build a matriarchy as opposed to patriarchy. In other words, I want to build an empire, empower women, that women are their own bosses, that have their own businesses, and to stay building, and I have a whole strategy for it. But as I say, like, as I extend the same offer to you as I extended it to Knobhead down the road there, as I said, we can do this together, because, like, it's not like, oh, I need to keep all, this is my business. I don't give two fucks who owns the business. I really don't even give two fucks who opens the business, as long as this gets done, because, like, I have a whole what we call, it's like a magnum opus, like, but I have a whole strategy, to push back against American imperialism in Bulgaria. So for this, like, we have to stay building Bulgaria, then go into Turkey, Romania, and then as far as the Philippines. That's the plan. But I have a whole strategy for this. Because you have to have a strategy. You can't do very much without strategy. I mean, there's people that say, oh, I'm going to build an empire. Yeah, but what are you doing about it? Like, Have you a strategy to this? Have you a plan for this? Have you something to direct every action towards, every goal towards, every like if you have a goal, first of all there's selection and maintenance of the aim, and then you direct every action towards that aim. And then like it's like your man with the films. If you're going to piss your pants and say, oh, well, I can't go there, I can't go there. Maybe I won't be have enough comfort. Maybe I won't have enough security. Then that's it. Like you're not going to be achieving your destiny. It's just not going to happen. Like it's just not going to happen because if you're waiting till someone comes along and with a feather mattress, it's never going to happen. It's just never going to happen. Yeah. So at this stage, I'm confident enough in myself. I can stay going. But even though I don't have, I'm not in a position now where I can offer you free accommodation, or I can offer you free accommodation, or I can offer you even to cook your food, because I don't even have my own food. But I can still say you can still come here and stay. I'm here in Hostel Mostel in Vlica Turnover. I'll still teach you the philosophy. We can still teach philosophy. We can still go training and make content for Change My Body, which we can then do a spin-off. You can take your own content from this and do what I have several. You can do several spin-offs. You can do what you want with it, like. Well, everybody's ethics and morals are their own, and a lot of girls say, "Oh, I not do OnlyFans." Don't do OnlyFans then. I don't really give a fuck. I'll do OnlyFans. But basically, like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Change Your Body and say, the progress pictures should be on OnlyFans. I'm not throwing out, like, I'm not laying everything on the table on one page and diluting my market. I'm going to do progress pictures that are available on OnlyFans. If you're that interested, you can go there for a look. But you can do spin-offs. You can do spin-offs to your own, creating your own content. We can do philosophical podcasts. In other words, I don't have any great following, but yet my content is good, and I know my fucking content is good. And there's years and years gone into actually getting to that point, being able to create that content. There's years. I'm making videos 8-9 years now, and as I said to you, man, doing the videos, there has to be a starting point. But you can have as much money as you fucking well want if you don't put in the work and you don't put in the practice, that you can get continuously better, continuously working on yourself, continuously improving your content, that you can make videos with ambiguous content, like yeah. But you learn, but you learn as you go, and the content just gets getting better and better and better and better. But if the girls come from Ireland, if you come from Ireland, I'm even giving you, suggesting a way that you can come here for a month, come here for 2 months, and you can bring home enough cigarettes, because cigarettes here, as I say, is 270 for a pack of 20. And back in Ireland, it's 14-15 euro. And if you go home through Belfast, they can't say a fucking word to you, because you're an EU citizen, you've paid your VAT, you've paid your tax, and it's none of their fucking business. It's only the business of the Irish government, and then it's a suggested amount coming in, so you're not even doing anything wrong. But it's at their discretion. But they don't. There's no border going from Belfast to Ireland, so you can bring what you like as long as it's like they can't. If you can buy them here, pay your VAT, pay your tax, and go home through Belfast, and no one can say a fucking word to you. You can bring home as many fags as you bloody well like. And of course, as I said before to another girl there during the week, your ma smokes, your dad smokes, your 15-year-old kid smokes. I says they can go fuck themselves, but they can't say a word to you. And you can bring home as many fags as you want. And if you don't have sale for them, well, in the event that some people wanted to sell them, I'll find sale for them. There's no shortage of sale for these things. And if you're coming from South Africa, bring a diamond and we'll cut it here, we'll polish it here. That's everybody covered as far as I'm concerned. And as I say, we can create content together as you do your own spin-offs. You have you're not tied to me. I'm just a means to an end. You can do your own. And the philosophy will help you in this, in the creation of your own content. But you can make all sorts of content, like days out, nights out, food reviews. We'll do food reviews. We'll do We'll do. You can even do interviews with the guests here. The other day there was four students called in. One studying chemistry, one studying one graduate in physics, one graduate in maths, and the other graduate in computer science. I said, "Oh, it's fucking big brain time in hostel," and it was a good afternoon. Like, but if you put that sort of that level of conversation online, like. See the other wankers that think their content is intellectual content. I'm telling you, you blow that shit out of water. Listen, I may go. Bye.